What's up, everybody? Welcome to Frankie B TV. We are here with part 2 of the WWE Thunderdome experience. I attended SmackDown. I wasn't able to get into Payback though, but I was able to get on to Monday Night Raw, the day after Payback. So I'm gonna have some quick results for you. I'm gonna kick back, enjoy my Thunderdome experience for the second time. I even made me some wings there with some special sauce to keep me ready for the night, including some cool beverages. So yeah, let's get on to this tonight. I'm gonna give you guys the Payback results, and then I'm gonna give you guys my experience on what happened tonight with a quick summary. So let's get right into it though. If you're new to the channel, leave a like and subscribe down. Let me know what you think of this video and what's in the show. And then if you want to learn how to get on to WWE Thunderdome yourself, then check out part 1 of the video where I break down more of that. But okay guys, I'm gonna try to break down what I can though. See, this is the part right here that always gets me nervous because it's saying checking availability, please stand by. And do not refresh your screen. So this is the part right here where you don't want to refresh your screen unless it says that the Thunderdome is full. Just waiting for that spot. All right, guys, the show has started. The show has started. I've been in my email waiting. It says checking availability. I got there at my start time. Check. Raw starts at 5 Pacific time. It ends at 8. They told me to be there at 7 Eastern. So that means 4. The call time didn't work. So my virtual experience, my Thunderdome experience, is pretty bad. I'm still waiting to see what happens, see if I get through. But until then, I just gotta watch the action at home, just like all of you. And right now, I'm having a bad experience. All right, guys, I just got done watching WWE Raw with the WWE Thunderdome experience. I like to call it experience because that's what we're experiencing. And I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do this video all the way because first off, I wasn't really able to get in until like the second half of the show. And they tell you don't refresh your page. I'm gonna have to, recommend that when you're signing up and you're checking your availability and you're there early and they're telling you don't refresh your page, just wait there. I literally waited for a whole hour. So go ahead and refresh those pages and just, you never know. It might just push you in there. I'm learning the hard way, so I'm just trying to share my experience with you. But yeah, before we go into the Raw results, let me tell you what happened on Payback. If you guys haven't seen Payback, you guys haven't seen Raw, then I suggest that you wait and skip over this part if you want to continue the rest with Raw, or you might have to just come back to this video though later once you get the results. But anyways though, I don't want you to leave. I do want you to hear part 2 of my experience. So to sum things up with the Payback results and what happened at the pay-per-view, Bobby Lashley, he beat Apollo Crews in a submission move, and he won the IC title. At the end of the match, Apollo Crews was a little like a sore loser, so he kind of attacked Bobby Lashley, and then the gang had to get him off of him. It just it didn't look too good though. But then the next fight came on. Then it was Biggie versus Sheamus. That was one of those matches I was highly anticipated for. Biggie ended up winning the match though. Not to knock Sheamus down. Sheamus, this is a great performer. It's a big fight between two brutes, so that's what it is though. So that was pretty good. And then we're gonna move on to King Corbin. Oh my god, I just can't stand King Corbin. But he fought Matt Riddle. That was a good match, and Matt Riddle ended up coming up with the victory. To be honest, the match was good. As much as I don't like Corbin, it wasn't a dragged out match, but they did paced the match pretty good length, so it wasn't too short. It was a good match. So, back and forth, though, you didn't really know who was going to win, and Matt Riddle came out the victory. And then we got Bayley and Sasha versus Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. And not even going to lie, Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax won. But the way Baszler won, though, was awesome. She had Sasha Banks in submission and somehow had Bayley in another submission. And then things were getting scrambled. Sasha Banks was trying to break it up. Shayna Baszler used the arm of Sasha Banks to choke out Bayley. So that was freaking awesome. Not going to lie. The match could have been a little bit better in my opinion, though. But hey, we got a funny, hilarious reaction from Nia Jax when she won the title. And we saw a sick finisher that I haven't really seen before, personally, with anybody else. So that was tight. And then we're gonna go on to Keith Lee and Randy Orton. And Randy Orton lost in a clean victory. That was another highly anticipated match. And to be honest, Keith Lee hit it with that spirit bomb, that boom, and just Randy was done. Randy was done. And that's also going to follow up into kind of what happened here, a little poetic justice tonight on Raw. But yeah, and then we got Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio versus Seth and Buddy Murphy. And to be honest, this feud is kind of dragging out. Rey Mysterio, Dominic getting beat up too much, and something happened on Raw, same kind of similar situation, but Rey Mysterio and Dominic won. I wish it was a little bit more celebrated. It's just because they got beaten up so much. But hey, they got a victory over Seth and them. It was because of Buddy Murphy, and Buddy Murphy was the one who was pinned. So Seth wasn't pinned though, but yeah. And then finally, we're going to go on to the Fiend versus Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns. But let's sideline Roman Reigns. You had the Fiend and Braun giving a great match, no holds bar. It went to the side to where you see all the fans in the virtual reality in the Thunderdome, and then you even seen them take it to the stage. They went to the backstage, came back to the stage. They knocked over. They broke tables. They break the freaking ring. They broke it. Braun Strowman went to the top. Fiend came up out of nowhere, suplexed him, and the ring broke. And the ref fell out the ring, which is hilarious. And then Roman Reigns comes out with a contract. Roman Reigns wasn't there the whole time. And he cashes in the contract like it's a Money in the Bank. I wasn't a big fan of it, but hey, we got heel Roman. So, hey, Roman Reigns is champion, and that was the sum up Payback. So tonight on Monday Night Raw, it was, everything post what happened at Payback. So Randy Orton comes out, he makes a promo. He lost to freaking Keith Lee, but his eyes are set on, the WWE champion, Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is hurt right now. So, Randy Orton's gloating about that. And then all of a sudden, who makes an entrance? It's Keith Lee. And then the announcers announced that Keith Lee is going to be fighting Dolph Ziggler tonight. The winner of that is going to be moved into a triple threat that's going to go on later that night. And, and the winner of that triple threat is going to go on to Night of Champions. That's the next pay-per-view, so make sure to look out for that. But yeah, Keith Lee and Dolph Ziggler fight to see who's going to move on to that triple threat. And then the winner of that match of the triple threat is going to go on to, Night of Champions to fight Drew McIntyre. And then that match was pretty good, though. Keith Lee, he interrupted Randy Orton during his promo before everything. And then Keith Lee was also attacked by hit in the back. So, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. I just don't know why, people would just run up and attack people. But, hey, you got to steer the drama, though. But yeah, then we move on to the show when there was recaps of what happened with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler and, them winning the champions, though. And then they're going to get interrupted by, Asuka. Asuka's going to come up there with her champion. So, she doing her little thing, getting crazy. I like Asuka. I'm a big fan, though. So, yeah, that was pretty cool, though. And then things end up going to the ring. And before that, there's a threat. Retribution is out. You got a guy out here talking security, and he's telling them, hey, you guys need to look out tonight. Retribution is going to attack tonight. We just know it. So, yeah, that's that. So, Asuka comes to the ring. There's Charlie Caruso. They're doing an interview. Asuka's really talking about, I've already faced everybody, because Charlie's like, hey, who's next, for your title? And she's like, I take out this one, and blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, here comes Mickie James. I was like, hold up, Mickie James is still in the WWE? I thought she left and just was done. But no, she's back, which is pretty cool. And then she comes out. She's telling, you want a real challenge, Asuka? You're going to face me. And then all of a sudden, you get interrupted by Natalya. And then Lana comes out. And it's just a little bit of chaos. And then, just to be honest, they started Lana and Natalya, they started attacking Asuka and Mickie James, and then it leads into a match which Lana and Mickie James fought. And I'm gonna be honest, Lana, I don't really care for her wrestling. She doesn't wrestle too much, but she gave a good match tonight, a good performance, and I think it helped with Mickie James helping elevate her, because Mickie James is just skilled. I don't know about you guys, but I was there when Mickie James first came, had that feud with Trish Stratus and stuff, but we won't go into that though, And then there was a promo for the Cure for Connor, and you guys gotta check out Cure for Connor, though, man. Those kids over there are just they're really little warriors, man. They're champions, and they show us, even little kids, that we can fight every day for a better day. And there was this kid that they were promoting called Lance the Tuminator. So you can tell what he's going through, though, but he's being a champ, though, and I just love when WWE does stuff like that. One thing I like to quickly mention though was Asuka was out there and during the match with Lana and Mickie James, and she was on commentary, and I swear that is like the best idea ever, because Asuka on commentary just brings so much energy to the show. It just makes you want to be on your seat, makes you want to take off your glasses and really watch what's going on though. You know what I mean though? So yeah, she did a good job though, just to put that out there. So we come into a promo too with Aleister Black, and Aleister Black is basically they give him a little recap, and then all of a sudden they shoot the Charlie Caruso by his door, and he's just like, she's waiting for an interview for him to come out or something, and he doesn't come out. Then next thing you know, Randy Orton's walking out of his locker room, and it's kind of a mystery of like, hold up, what's Randy doing in Aleister Black's locker room? So, you know, it builds the tension. We don't know if that's going to play out tonight at that point, or if that's going to play out later, but, you know, it builds some suspense, and, you know, like I said, you got to stir the pot. So midway through, we have like a promo by the Iconics, and that was pretty weak. And you know, I like the Iconics, especially Paint Royce, you know, but it just was a little lackluster, and it kind of follows through with the rest of the night. We end up falling into Raw Underground, and Raw Underground, I swear, that is the best. If you haven't seen Raw Underground, make sure to go check that out, like, for reals. So, like, before Raw Underground, because we had a couple promos with that before it came out, we had Randy Orton and Kevin Owens, and they fought for a match. The winner of that match was going to go into that triple threat that was going on later tonight. But when Kevin Owens was coming out, Aleister Black attacked him. So now we know why Randy went into Aleister Black. You know, they did a play-by-play, you know, and they schemed on Kevin Owens, and the match was pretty great, but honestly, Randy Orton, he sneaked his way into a win, and then he's moving on into the main event tonight. So that was pretty awesome. So for the final match, for the final member that's going to go into the triple threat, Seth Rollins fought Dominic Mysterio. The winner would go on for a chance to, you know, be in this triple threat for the main event, and he would be fighting Randy Orton, and he would be fighting Keith Lee. But unfortunately, Seth Rollins won, and honestly, we do respect Dominic Mysterio. Just a little too early for him to be fighting for #1 contendership for world heavyweight titles and stuff, you know, so it played out. So finally, Raw Underground, with all the hype and all the promo, we finally get Titus O'Neil and oh man, what's his name? It's a big guy, Red Ross or something like that. But anyway, they fought. That was great. I only got to see a part of it though. Then I had to go to my live TV because while I was doing my WWE Thunderdome experience, they kicked me out and my time expired. I'm gonna explain more into that though, you know, because I did get back in. But yeah, that shit kind of sucked. So I'm the champion. You can't just be kicking me out like that though. You know what? I'm writing a letter. So one of the most craziest things that happened tonight was the Street Profits fought Andrade and, you know, their little group and everything, though. And then all of a sudden, Retribution comes out toward the end of the match, and they start beating up everybody. And I swear, Retribution starting to get crazy a little bit, though. And then there was Sonya Deville. She was outside, and like the Retribution like surrounded her, and you're thinking like, oh crap, like what's gonna happen? Like they're not gonna hit her, are they? No, they start jumping her too. I mean, nobody's safe around Retribution. They start beating up everybody. So that was pretty awesome, though. Honestly, I'm just happy, you know, we got somebody terrorizing WWE. Love it or hate it, though. It's fun to watch. Bring some of that attitude back. So surprisingly, Raw Underground has been, well, not surprisingly, but it's been very great. But surprisingly, they're really pushing it. Before, I remember when they first started, it was barely a segment, you know, in the last hour of Raw. But now they did 3 segments tonight. One of the segments was the Iconics were there, and then their girls were doing, you know, their underground thing, though. And then one of the Iconic members went in there. She kind of got forced into there. And then, boom, she got kicked in the head, knocked out. And like I said, that ended the night for the Iconics. They just had a bad day. They were just stepping stones for the night. Just real sad. The final moment in the Raw Underground, because it went on right after, you had the Hurt Business. Yes, I finally learned their name. It was the Hurt Business. MVP was there. Shelton Benjamin was there. But Apollo Crews was fighting Shelton Benjamin. And things went to chaos. They all got beat up. Alexander was there. Ricochet was there, and Apollo Crews. But to be honest, it's just, they got beat up by the Hurt Squad, and Hurt Squad is looking dominant. And for the final part, the main event of what happened on Monday Night Raw with my experience at the Thunderdome. Hey, Like, it was a great match, though. You have Keith Lee, Seth Rollins, and Randy Orton. Each man had already fought a match just to get into the main event, though. And it was funny because Randy Orton kind of got out the ring and said, hey, I had my match. You go ahead, Seth. You go fight. And Seth was like, nah, what the heck? You know, you're a coward. You get in there. You're going to fight, too. Anyways, great match. I mean, and to cap it all off, you know, you're just going to have to watch it yourself, though. But Keith Lee ended up hitting a spirit bomb right on Seth Rollins. But right when he got up, RKO from Randy Orton. Randy Orton played it smart, though. He didn't pin Keith Lee after that RKO. He pinned Seth Rollins because that spirit bomb got, you know, that was deadly coming from Keith Lee. So he played it smart. He got the 3. And we're going to end the night with Randy Orton. And, yeah, that's just crazy. All right, guys, to sum up my WWE experience, though, with the Thunderdome, and I mean the Thunderdome, this time was a lot harder kind of to get in the flow with things, though. There's things I'm still learning. The first time, it really was a breeze. The second time, I got on my call time that it said I was there, and it made me wait for like an hour, almost an hour and 20 minutes before I decided, you know what, I'm going to refresh this. It's telling me don't refresh it, but I'm going to refresh. And finally, I was able to get through. So I was like, it kind of was a waste of time on my end. I missed the beginning of Raw, probably first hour and a half. But when I finally got in, I really enjoyed myself, though. So make sure you refresh those pages. Check out part 1 of my video if you really want to learn how to get in and stuff, though. But yeah, I just had a great Thunderdome experience, though. It's cool to be engaged with the fans. I'm still looking for myself on TV. I didn't see myself on SmackDown. I didn't see myself yet on Raw, but I'm going to rewatch it, though, you know. Just had to give you guys a quick review. And I'd just like to say thank you guys for checking out the channel. I'm Frankie B. This is Frankie B TV, and this is my WWE Thunderdome experience. So yeah, come back and check me out, though. I'm gonna try to get in for a part 3 of this, though, SmackDown. I'm not gonna make these my main videos because they really are time consuming, but I was curious to be a part of the WWE Thunderdome. So let's hopefully you guys get in. If you guys got any questions, leave it in the comment section, and I'm gonna catch you guys later. Thank you.